Yeah.
Live.
Hey, everyone.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Thanks for the warning. Appreciate it.
I would just like to let all of the viewers know that I've turned off the live chat for at least for now, because there's this person that keeps spamming the live chat with his stupidity. So, and I'm not going to put up with it, right, Glenn?
No.
But
We're going to come over and kick your ass.
The live chat in a few minutes.
See how all six of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come up from New York.
Yeah, wherever you are, we're going to find you.
Chris knows people.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, you're going to be sleeping with the fishes.
Listen, I know some of the bouncers at the strip clubs in Canada. So. Yeah. We'll send them over, Larry.
No, I know Molly's watching, so I don't know any of the strippers or any of the.
No. Yeah.
I know nothing.
Yeah. So we are with Glenn Kellaway from the basement. Robert's on my turntable. Jamie Cottle. Jamie, are you there?
I think I'm there. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here for now.
The Prague corner, in this corner here.
But he's in the middle. He's the Prague middle.
And Chris Prophy,
Center Square.
rhymes with trophy, musically obsessed.
Yeah. You're Wally Cox, Scott.
Yeah.
You're the Center Square.
Very good.
Or
Very
Paul
good.
Lynde, yeah.
That's
Maybe
right.
Paul Lynde at Center Square. Paul Lynde.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He was the best.
So I'm going to, let's try and turn the live chat on. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we go.
Can we see the comments too?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Can you not see them right now?
Nope.
Can you guys see them?
No.
Not on the art stream side.
Yeah.
No, I don't see anything.
I just see a bunch of handsome men staring at me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Excellent.
I'll stare at you too. I might as well stare at you too then.
So what are we going to talk about?
Well, let's continue our Uriah Heep conversation. Robert just got this amazing new album, which I'm not slamming at all because I think it's a really interesting record. But,
Yeah, it's obviously because it's mostly acoustic. It's so different than what you're used to with Uriah Heep. You know, the heavy organs and the Deep Purple-like sound. But this is progressive. It's Celtic in some ways. It's Ian Anderson is on there in a couple of tracks playing flute. We got a beautiful chorus going on. Background singers. There's cello and violin. There's a steel pedal guitar in a couple of tracks as well. It's just awesome. It's as I told the guys before the show, I think this is my top album for the year so far.
Okay.
I think it's just amazing. It's just completely different than what you're used to with Uriah Heep. And yeah, it's a beautifully packaged album too. Double album. I liked when I received it. The records were inside the cover, inside the gatefold.
Nice.
Not inside the album.
oh wow!
Yeah. So and it was cheap. It was $22.
What year did that come out?
I want to say 2011, but I could be mistaken.
I think it was 2011.
Yeah. But just beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. Mickey Box sounds amazing, guitarist, and it's just wonderful stuff. And Bernie Shaw does an amazing.
Bernie Shaw's good.
Yeah, Bernie Shaw does an amazing job on here. It's just a different sound.
Is Ken Hensley in the band then?
No, Trevor Boulder is on bass, and Phil Lanzon on keyboards, and Mick Box. Lee Kerslick is on drums, and yeah,
He's an original.
yeah. But yeah, so far so good. Loving it.
Yeah. Mick Box, great guitar player.
I think Chris, if you can find it somewhere, definitely pick it up. But it's on Amazon. I got it next day, so it was pretty cool.
Very
Yeah, I
nice.
think I showed the last time we met. I picked up Firefly, which is it's so good.
Great
Mhm.
record.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, the cover doesn't match the music, but and I'll ask you guys, what the hell is a Uriah heap, anyways? It's a heap of Uriah.
A heap
It's
of
a
Uriah.
character from is it Dickens or
Yeah,
That's
something?
right. That's right. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, is it really? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Glenn is smarter than I am, so
Than all of us.
Well,
Most of us. Yes. Most of us.
I don't know about that one.
He
Well,
knows his stuff.
I also looked up the vocalist for their album Conquest, because
Was that the only album? I think that was the only album, right?
Yeah, his name is John Sloman.
Yeah, or Sloman. That's right. That was the only record, I think, Conquest. I think the only one he did.
Yeah, and I mean, it says here he was from South Wales. He was a lead vocalist for the Welsh band Lone Star. Never heard of them.
Okay.
And of course Uriah Heep. So I don't think he did much.
A lot of
So
people consider that their worst album, and I think his vocals are a big part of why.
Yeah.
The album cover is cool, though.
Yeah.
I was just thinking Sloman's kind of the George Lazenby of music.
Yeah, except this one Bond movie is actually really good. That's the difference there.
James Bond and Uriah Heep. What a comparison.
Yeah, I love Bold Uriah Heep. What a great band.
Yeah. I was showing the guys also. I found a German copy of this one today.
I'm jealous. That must sound good.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't. I was just like 2 hours ago. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet.
Yeah.
Probably my second favorite Heap album.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I kept the sticker that they put on their German pressing import. But yeah, I've got a CD copy of it. But when I saw this, I said, no, I got to pick it up. So
Jerry
for sure.
in the house.
Yeah. And they also had a copy of. Speaking of Ian Anderson, I found a vinyl copy of this one too.
That's Jethro Tull's Dire Straits album.
Yep. Yeah, I have it on CD, but I found it's in beautiful shape.
But that's
Sounds
the one
exactly
that
like
for
Dire
best
Straits.
hard rock heavy metal.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the one that beat out?
That's the one they won. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one they won the award for heavy metal, best heavy metal band.
Because the flute is a heavy metal instrument.
$10 I found this.
It's a really good record.
Good
Yeah.
record.
Yeah, I loved it.
Well, I think what was
Budapest,
funny is Metallica was on the bill for that.
Yeah, Metallica fans were not.
Yeah.
I don't think Jethro Tull was happy.
No. Ian's a lot of fun anyway. He's kind of a curmudgeon. So, but the new album's good. We like Jethro Tull.
Yeah.
Is the Pleasant Valley Picker keeping track of this troll guy?
Yeah.
Is that what,
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, good
Yeah.
deal.
Wow.
He helps me out.
yeah, good.
Must be able to report that to YouTube though, can't you?
No, they don't do
No, you. I'm gonna phone up the owner of YouTube and complain.
No, there's a spot in there you can.
Oh, maybe I don't know.
Report.
Yeah, they don't do anything.
Oh,
Yeah, they're kind of busy.
So the Postman came today. I got a couple of new records.
Awesome. Let's see.
All right. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. This is actually not brand new. This came out in 2020, but the vinyl just came out. It's Ellesmere. And the album's
Ellesmere.
called Weird. It's supposed to be on blue vinyl, so I'll crack it open in a minute and see. And then the brand new album from Pattern, Seeking Animals. This is a Spock's Beard spin-off band. All four members have worked with Spock's Beard in the past or currently are in the band. So they have that kind of progressive rock, AOR, amazing combination of prog and pop. It's this thing here is a strong contender for album of the year.
Really?
Wow.
It's really good, but it's April, so we shall see. But it's dynamite.
How would you describe it? Like heavy? Or...
There's moments of heavy prog, but the songwriting is definitely geared towards more of a pop and AOR sensibility, so that if you were a fan of Kansas, you probably would be real happy with what you hear there.
Oh, cool.
But he's finding his own style away from Spock's Beard. There's a lot of spaghetti western kind of influence going on, which is really cool.
Yeah.
There's some jellyfish kind of songwriting influences going on. Very cool record. It's dynamite. The lead singer Ted Leonard, he's the singer for Spock's Beard, but his old band Enchant, a lot of people really like them. They're more like a prog metal kind of thing, so they got a heavier edge to some of their songs, but just dynamite. And Jimmy Keegan's drumming, he's incredible. Good stuff. So yeah, I was happy when the postman came today. Crack those open here and see what they look like.
Very cool.
It's supposed to be
Blue vinyl.
Blue vinyl. So let's see. Let us have.
Isn't it fun to get new stuff in the mail?
It is.
I just got some
I know.
stuff
It's like
today.
Christmas. It's like Christmas.
I love it.
We're like little kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's gonna look like.
Yeah.
It's so blue.
I know.
Yeah.
You guys taught me about the hype sticker.
Oh,
I
I
throw
gotta
it
say,
I always keep the hype.
Keep your
sticker.
hype
Always
sticker.
keep
Yes.
always
I,
keep
u- I never used to, so that's because of you
always
guys.
keep it.
Yeah, I put those in a little metal jar, and at the end of the year, I burn them all. But,
Like a ritual.
Yeah.
Campfire ritual.
right. Oh, here we
There
go.
is a little gatefold.
Is it blue? What color blue?
Let's
Is it
see what
light
kind of blue we got here. Oh, pretty nice, like flag blue looking like.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
that's
like a-
nice.
Translucent.
Nice.
Vinyl.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Is that transparent blue?
Yeah.
Yes. Very
See
nice.
you.
Very cool.
Ellesmere.
We are all
Ah.
music geeks.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I love this band.
yeah. I'd like to get Stephen Wilson's new book.
Yes, dying to get. I've got it bookmarked in Amazon there. It doesn't come out until July.
Oh, okay.
But
He
I
was
think that's-
signing it on Facebook. I
Oh,
saw
was
him.
he?
Yeah. It may be out, only in Canada, but
Wow.
yeah, he was signing copies of it on his Facebook page.
I'm hoping when he plays in September in Toronto, I might just try and hang out backstage for a bit during the afternoon, see if I can see him and get him to sign a couple of things.
You're a big YouTube star. I don't know why they wouldn't let you.
Glenn,
Yeah.
don't run up to him.
They just
like
let
you
me
did.
in. Yeah.
And Glenn, don't run up to him like you did in the grocery store. I didn't even know who you
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
Okay? It's scary.
Yeah. Spock's Beard is a fun band name.
They're great. Yeah. There's so many different influences in their music that I love.
I've never heard them.
I've never heard of them either, but they sound
Me
amazing.
neither.
Yeah, they're a band that you can play to people that don't like prog. You know, they have enough of other kind of Americana influence in their sound, from classic Midwestern rock and roll to Laurel Canyon kind of stuff. You know, because dude's from Cali, so he's got that vibe sometimes. But yeah, I like. Yeah, don't put the records in there. Leave them loose like that. Good job. I think this is black vinyl, but that's all right.
Oh,
Nothing wrong
that
with
away, that old stuff.
Pattern
Nice.
seeking animal.
Nice. Nice.
What's it called?
The album
Pattern
is called
Seeking
Only
Animals.
Passing Through, and it's their third album on
Wow.
Inside Out Records, which is kind of becoming the go-to label for prog.
Yeah.
Yes is on there now.
I'm making notes.
Yep.
Jethro Tull, Spock's Beard, Neil Morse, Transatlantic, on and on and on. Yeah. So fantastic. I'm so happy to have that. I'm actually shocked the vinyl came only a week after release date.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
First one, that record came out 18 months ago, and the vinyl's just now coming out.
Wow.
Wow.
18 months.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's on the
Adele.
list.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks,
Okay.
Adele.
I'm still loving this one. I know we talked about it last chat, but I hadn't bought it yet.
Oh, yes.
Chili
Yes.
Peppers. Oh
Yeah.
man, this is good.
Okay.
It is.
Oh
Chili
I'm
peppers.
surprised.
yeah, the new one, Unlimited Love. It's so good. It's
It
too
shouldn't
long.
Be that good.
It's too
It
long.
really ought to be.
17
That's no
songs.
business.
It's like I'm overwhelmed. Stop
Yeah.
it.
I
It's
think
got
the
no
la-
business being as good as it is. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the last album I listened to all the way through was Blood Sugar Sex Magic, which was great. But yeah, I've been out of the Red Hot Chili Pepper scene for a while, I guess. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't own any Red Hot Chili Peppers albums except for Greatest Hits. This is
Well,
the
you
first
gotta
one I've
get,
ever bought.
You have to get
I love
Mother's
it.
Milk. Mother's Milk is really good too.
Yeah. I just kind of know the hits. That's
Yeah.
all. But
Yeah,
loving
they're a
this.
great band, actually.
I was surprised you got that because I didn't think you were a fan of Chili Peppers.
I not a fan. Well, I'm a big fan of Flea because when I
Yeah.
started learning how to play the bass, I mean, he's one guy that I made a point of listening to, and he's an incredible musician. So
You know why I'm a big fan of Flea? Because he's in this documentary, The Sparks Brothers.
Right.
yeah, he is.
He is. That's
Yeah.
right.
When did
I
that
never
come
knew
out, Larry?
he'd be a
I've never seen that before.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you seen this one, Glenn?
Oh, you got that?
I haven't watched it yet. I have seen it before, but it's I've heard it's comparable to this.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sergeant Pepper 2 and 3 aren't as good as the sequels to The Godfather.
That's
But
what I've heard.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like Mike Oldfield and Tubular Bells. He just, and Meatloaf with Bad Out of Hell.
Bad Outta
He just-
Hell.
yeah.
How are you guys with
Going
Tubular
back
Bells?
for more.
I have a love-hate relationship with Tubular Bells. There's some parts of it I just think are just freaking brilliant, and other parts that just annoy me so much I can't even listen. My goodness.
Have you listened to any of the stuff that came out shortly after that, like Hergest Ridge or
No.
Omadon or Incantations? Those records are amazing.
Really? I'll have to
I really-
check this.
I enjoy what he does. Tubular Bells, I get it. I think he was being a little too cutesy, and it was almost like trying to show off to Richard Branson what he could do.
Yeah.
After you sell 50 million copies worldwide, you don't need to show off to nobody.
No.
So he was able to really do whatever he wanted to after that record.
Oh, I'll have to check it out then.
The freedom, the artistic freedom that Mike Oldfield had after Tubular Bells, really unlike any other artist in the progressive realm outside of Pink Floyd after Dark Side. They could do whatever they
wanted to. Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Good stuff. highly recommend Mike Oldfield's. I love Tubular Bells, but the 3 or 4 that came out after that, I actually like better.
Interesting.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Chris, do you have this one?
I do have that. Yep, that's good. Yeah.
Can you believe they? I couldn't believe they do "Hold the Line." Like
Yeah, that was the strangest choice on there. But
that was a definitely trade. But they do "Problem Child," "Painted Black," "Immigrant Song."
yeah,
Evil Woman.
I saw Saxon live at a small venue. They were touring with Judas Priest at the time, but they sort of broke off and did their own little leg of the tour. And I saw them in this tiny place, and they were incredible.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. It's a great little album.
What year did that come out?
This one is 2020.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was pretty recent.
Yeah.
So is it all covers?
Yeah, it's all covers.
Okay.
Painted Black, Immigrant Song, Paperback Writer, Evil Woman, Stone Free, Bomber, Speed King by Deep Purple,
Okay.
The Rocker, Hold the Line, Problem Child, AC/DC, and See My Friends. Awesome stuff.
Deep Purple just did a covers album. They should have done a Saxon song on it.
Yeah, they should have. They should have, yeah.
So, Robert, is that like does Saxon change the songs up a bit, or they stay close to the originals?
They change it up a little bit.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean they rock it up, obviously.
I would hope so.
Because
I like when bands put their own little touch on it when they do it. Because if you just do a covers album and it's exactly the same as the original song, like why bother?
Right.
Los Lobos did one a year or two ago, and it was just awful because it was just sounded. You might as well listen to the original album.
I like
Molly has a question for everybody.
Why do some people keep the hype stickers?
I was told I had to. I never did.
Yeah.
Well,
I
All
don't.
year they told me I had to.
I keep them inside the record jacket. I just
Yeah,
I cut them off the cellophane or whatever, Kevin. And when I put it in a sleeve, I put the thing inside.
I know. I don't really know the reason why myself. I just do it.
Well, hey, because you know why? Because 20 years from now, they're going to be worth $1 million each. That's what everybody's thinking.
Yes. Even more with the hype sticker. I find sometimes the hype stickers, especially on some CDs, the hype stickers have had more information about the album on the hype sticker than has been included in the
Then the CD, yeah.
A few examples like that, just a bit more of a background. So that's a big reason why I keep them. And I just like it as part of the package for stickers. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think it looks cool on the record, and I don't know. I like Robert was saying. I think somebody told me I should do that, so
I just do it.
But I wanted to talk about this album for a second. This is now, don't be scared. This is a death metal band, but this album is not a death metal album. This is a band called Blood Incantation, and this is their latest record. What this is, this sounds like a lost Tangerine Dream album. Are you guys into Tangerine Dream? Yeah.
I have one. Yeah.
This is 2 songs, and the album's called Time Wave Zero. And all it is, it's like pulsating, rhythmic, Tangerine Dream instrumental music. It's very cool. Now, again, the name, you can't even read it. Like it's death metal language. But the
metal language.
Cool. If you like Tangerine Dream, you would really dig this record, Time Wave Zero. So
cool.
Interesting.
Cool.
Okay. But I almost got a full page written down here already today.
I also wanted to show Glenn. I picked up the new Mickey Dolenz.
Oh, I haven't got that yet.
Wow.
How is it?
It's awesome. And what he does on here, he does a Nesmith song that had never been released before called Soul Rider's Birthday.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. I just want to show one more album. I forgot how good this album is. Zeppelin.
It's a great album.
Yeah. This is the Walmart exclusive. It comes with a, talk about hype stickers. This comes with a backstage pass replica.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
So,
is that a new reissue now, or is
this
that
is a new reissue? Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to Florida in a couple of weeks. I'm going to look for that.
Glenn, write that down.
I am.
Glenn, you have enough music.
Here's my thing with this album. I think it's underrated, but my problem with it is that you open up with Achilles' Last Stand, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And then like the songs in between, so I get lost, and they all start to sound the same. And then the last song, I think it's called T for One.
It's
I want to say.
Yeah, it's the blues song.
So the bookends of this album are killer, but the middle is sort of lackluster a little bit for me. But it's still a good record.
I've always loved Presence. Maybe it's the underdog record. Something about it that just, I just enjoy it a lot. Yeah, Achilles' Last Stand is one of the better things they ever recorded. And maybe the middle does bog down just a little bit, but there's just something just so achingly wrong and beautiful about those tracks and their take on, where they've gone from their first album doing those, blues rock kind of songs to here trying to do that similar kind of thing, and it just is a whole different thing. It's amazing. I love it. Yeah, it's maybe a failed record overall, but personally it's probably the one I listen to the most these days.
And what's crazy is after this album was In Through the Outdoor, right? Which was a total departure. So
I love that one too. They never put out that album. Sorry.
No, so, do you like that? You said?
I love it. Love it.
Southbound Soiree, In the Evening.
I'm Gonna Crawl. That's my favorite on the album.
I even like Hot Dog.
Oh, I love Hot Dog.
It is good. Yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun track.
Yeah, they're just having fun.
Yeah. It's a great rock track, man.
They never put out a bad record. Even Coda is on its own. If that were any other band that put out a record called Coda with those songs, you'd be saying that's a good band. Yeah. They were just.
This is interesting, this question, because I just talked about the Smashing Pumpkins the other day. I did a video with some friends on the BC. We talked about 90s bands. And I think my number one album of the 90s is Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness by Smashing Pumpkins. And I did not come up with this terminology, but I call it the White Album of the 90s.
Kind of is.
Don't tell Sam that. Just because the diversity of the record is amazing. It's sprawling. It does so many different styles of music. And the Smashing Pumpkins, I'm a big fan of them. I dig them.
Their second last album, I think it was kind of more of an EP. It had 8 songs on it, but I hadn't followed them for years. And I was in a record store, and I knew it was Smashing Pumpkins. I was like, you know what? I really like that. I ended up buying the album, and I love them.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I mean, you talked about Melancholy. Listen to 1979. It's a straight 4/4 beat, right? Ask any drummer in the world to play that straight up 4/4 beat that Jimmy's playing there. Nobody in the world can play it as perfectly as him. He's one of the greatest drummers ever. Unfortunately, heroin became a bit of an issue in his life, and his relationship with Billy got strained. But any Smashing Pumpkins record with him on drums, I'm gonna listen to. He's incredible, man. Just one of my favorite drummers ever.
And there was an offshoot band that Billy Corgan formed called Zwan.
Yeah,
it's ZWAN. Not a lot of
forgot
people.
all about them.
Yeah, and it's like a lost Smashing Pumpkins album. It's really good.
Yeah, Matt Sweeney's in that? And
yeah, I think so. I'm not sure, but I just know Billy's in there, and it sounds.
That was way better than Billy's solo album.
Yeah.
Which was not good.
Now, here is a band, and this is going to, I'm sure this is going to spark a conversation that I am just getting into, and I am really, really late to this party. The 13th Floor Elevators.
Oh, yeah.
And I just got Easter
Fathers of psychedelic rock.
I mean, again, I'm late to this party. I think, what year was this? 60 something or other? I don't know, but I mean, 60s. Amazing band. And, I know everybody talks about them, but I just finally got into them. So,
worth checking out, and from Texas too, not from the San Francisco scene. Mm-hmm. They were doing that in Texas. In '66.
Yeah,
crazy.
There's some stories about the lead singer for that band.
Oh yeah, Roky Erickson. Yeah, he had a life.
You guys into Soft Machine?
Yeah, talk about
too
much acid.
Yeah.
I love Soft Machine.
Yeah.
It's one of the bands I've been getting into recently. Yeah.
So I can show a record if you want to see a record. It's a prog record. Recently saw. There's Rachel.
Good God, I'm here.
It's Rachel.
Hi, music people. Whoa! Oh my God!
I forgot to tell you guys, but Rachel's here to interview me. So can you guys be quiet for?
Okay, we'll just shut up for now.
Okay. Fair enough.
Larry, when did you first join the Beatles?
That was top secret.
Oh my God, so nice to see everybody.
Hey, Rachel.
Legend that is.
And here's the thing, Larry. Rachel's already interviewed me, so you know.
That's true. I haven't got Jamie Cottle.
Well, Chris, I've heard she starts with a police pop.
That's true.
But we've interviewed. Now listen, we've interviewed Scott, the Prog Corner. We've interviewed the legend that is Glenn Calloway. And I've been wanting to get Robert, and Glenn goes, he's shy.
I'm shy.
Robert, I asked after getting you interviewed about a year ago. Hi, DJ Trish out there in the Peanut Gallery.
Hi, DJ.
But
I'm not shy at all.
There you go. The Robert can go on. There you go.
Robert, you can come on. I wanted to interview you for like a year.
Sounds good.
Because it's a lot of fun. And Larry is tentatively, he had the flood, as you probably are all. I'm a half hour late, so everybody's caught up. But it's just horrible. I'm so sorry, Larry. And of course, your Beatles box damage, collateral damage.
Rachel, Larry called me this morning and said, I got to go on with Rachel. I said, how do I get out of it? I said, what's your apartment? It's the only way out. And he did it.
You don't. No, you don't get out of it. You got to hang out.
I know.
And we'll have fun. We'll talk all about Canada and all about, because I'm out on Vancouver Island here. Now, I've been to Montreal. I've flown over Toronto, but I've never been to Hogtown, the capital, the center of the Canadian universe. But that would think I'd love to get Jamie Cottle on the hot seat as well.
I'm more shy than Robert.
You are shy. I know you are. I agree with Jamie is a little bit. Anyway,
I'd love to be here. I'd love to be on.
It'll be great. And because Chris was fantastic. I did a video. I overlooked Chris. I shouldn't have. Chris Brophy. And I called it kind of like VC influencers because I think somebody in a contest. I own 3 Black Flag albums now because of the Black Flag t-shirt wearing guy there. Sea Hag. I never knew what a sea hag was other than Popeye until Chris Brophy showed me. I did not know that relayer and topographic oceans can combine until I saw Chris Brophy show me what can be done with album cover magic.
Cool.
So anyway, I'm very happy to be here. Larry Graves, sir, what is today's topic? And I'll brush up.
Today's topic, nobody knows yet, but I got it right here. Just
all right. Glenn, I'm a little nervous. What's going to be the topic?
Today's topic is Sparks.
Oh, I'm Sparks. I can do it.
Yeah.
Because Larry, I know you're a Sparks fan.
Now, listen, I love that group. I watched them in 1974. Wow. They were on Midnight Special.
That's the first time I saw them.
In concert. I thought they were English, for one thing. Because it just sounds too much for the pick of it. And I thought, this has got to be.
They sound just like them.
Yeah, this is. And then my buddies and I, we used to laugh because of the little Hitler mustache that Ronald had. Yeah. So anyway, but I like Sparks. I've seen the documentary. I love the documentary. But you know what, fellas? I cannot find a Sparks album or CD anywhere.
Yeah,
I've looked.
They're hard to find.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I went to after Larry's been talking about him forever. I'm like, all right, I got to get into Sparks. I watched the documentary, so I went to my local record store. Nothing. They didn't even have a CD, so I had to order Kimono My House on Amazon. But that's the only Sparks I have.
Yeah, I've begun looking for them in the wild. I haven't resorted to Amazon because Amazon. I was looking actually. I looked at Amazon Sparks. They were pretty pricey for me here in Canada. So
yeah. I don't think Kimono My House here in America was too expensive, but I don't know.
Larry, how's Indiscreet? Is that a good Sparks album? I can't remember if you lent me that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
produced
I got my eye
Tony
on
Visconti.
Scott approved.
Very good album. That's right in the sweet spot of their discography where they could really do no wrong. But that's kind of their whole discography. I mean, really, they haven't had a wrong-footed record. I mean, even the ones I would rank towards the bottom are still amazing. So, And I think since the documentary, I think their vinyl has gotten a lot harder to find.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I know their album covers are so good. I love all the album covers. They're tied up in a boat. They got the Japanese girls Kimono My House. Yeah. They're on fire. All sorts of things are happening with the Mail Brothers. And the new stuff's really good too, like Lawnmower. What did they do one on the iPhone? Their Apple iPhone. They did that one. Anyway, they're still a lot of fun. Thank you, Pleasant Valley Vinyl Picker. That is like reminds me of the Monkees. Pleasant Valley Sunday.
And Jamie had mentioned the last time about Sparks how amazing it was that they played every album in its entirety, from the beginning. And I was like, what other band does that?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Richard McCook from Northern Ireland. Oh, Richard, we love you. And look.
Oh, is he here? Hey, Richard.
Hey, Richard.
He's got. Look at this. Look what he's saying here.
Yeah, Ingmar Bergman.
Yeah, I'm going to buy this. I want this.
You're coming out at the end of April.
Yeah.
This is one of the coolest human beings on the planet, Richard McCook.
Yeah, super nice guy. Great channel. Super nice man.
I would love to sit and have a Guinness with that man.
Yeah.
Is Guinness from? He's like in Northern Ireland.
Oh, I don't know.
Is the Guinness they're a southern thing, aren't they?
Oh, is it? Oh, I don't know. Well, whatever beer he likes, I'll drink it.
All right. Whiskey.
I don't drink
with Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
Jamie, you were going to show an album. What were you going to show?
Yes, I was. So I saw a recent, fairly recent interview with Steve Hackett on, I think it was Rock History Canada or one of his channels, and he talked about he was asked what his favorite Genesis solo album was. Of all the solo albums Genesis released, which is Steve Hackett's favorite? It's one I didn't have, one I didn't think he'd pick, but I came across it in the wild just the other day. Any guesses? Of all the members, what's Steve Hackett's favorite solo?
Oh, favorite solo album
Solo
from a
album,
Genesis member.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
One of the Anthony Phillips albums.
Nope. That's what I would have thought. Any other guesses?
Deflector.
No.
The first Tony Banks.
No. He picked
The
Mike
first
Rutherford.
Mike Rutherford. Yeah, that's
wow.
Small Creeps Day, and I just came
Really?
across it in the wild. So, and Anthony Phillips is actually on this album. He plays keyboards, and it's not bad actually.
I actually like it a lot.
It's not bad at all.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I was really pleased with it, and this is, of course, on Charisma. There we go. But I was just thrilled to come across this one because I've never seen this before. But I wouldn't have thought that this is. He raved about it, and he said Mike Rutherford doesn't really care for this album or just saw some issues with it. But Steve Hackett just really liked it, and when this came out, he contacted Mike Rutherford, said how much he enjoyed it, and it's good.
And how is it?
It's good. I like it. I wish it had a little bit more punch. Some of Steve Hackett's stuff has a little bit more punch, or some of the Genesis stuff has more punch. I wish it had a little bit more of that. I do like the vocalist though, and I can't think of his name. He is with Sniffin' the Tears.
Yeah.
The vocalist on here is a good vocalist, but I can't think of his name. I'm not sure if I can find it, but I guess he was considered to be a Genesis vocalist when Peter Gabriel left.
He was. I think anybody that worked with Tony or Mike, up until that point was strongly considered, and Mike and Tony, I guess, were butting heads, so they decided to look at people that had no connection to anybody. And great.
But so that was kind of cool. I wouldn't have thought this album of all the Peter Gabriel records or whatever, but that's one Steve Hackett.
I love it. That's a great call.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with the Anthony Phillips albums? They're also good, man.
Yeah.
The Goose and the Geese, something in the Geese, and the really nice albums. Yeah.
He's really uber prolific, so it's really hard to keep up with all of the stuff he puts out. But he is just such a great acoustic guitar player.
Yeah.
His string work is just amazing, and his first few solo albums are just incredible. I love him.
So it's Noel McCalla is on vocals. Noel McCalla. I guess he was with Sniffin' the Tears.
I was going to look that up just now.
By the way, which one Sniff?
By the way, which one Sniff?
Now, do you mind if I get a few words in edgewise on my live chat?
No, time's up. We got to go.
So I want to promote a couple things. I'm going to be on Rachel's channel on Monday at 4 p.m. unless there's another flood rage.
The flight. Now, listen, Larry, here's the deal. My sister's coming on Monday, so now I can't do Monday. Can we do Tuesday?
Sure. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay, let's do Tuesday.
It just changed the date. Yeah, that's fine.
Bless your heart. Thank you, Larry, for your patience.
Yeah. And Glenn and you're going to be visiting on Monday, and we're exchanging 5 more CDs, but the 5 CDs we gave each other, Glenn, I am so excited about Monday. I hope everybody watches because I have a lot of good things to say, Glenn.
Wow.
Nothing good about you.
No, I wouldn't think.
The CDs are the Kinks, Arthur.
Yeah.
The Sheepdogs, a Canadian band.
Yes, they are.
Burn. Everybody shakes their head, even if
I know the Sheepdogs.
Yeah. We know that that's Canuckians.
Nobody's heard of Mott the Hoople.
No.
The Crazy World of Arthur Brown.
Yeah, that's the big album right there.
And Gene Clark. What's that called? No Other.
Oh, man, we're just talking about that.
I'm excited about Monday, Glenn. And
Norman Mansell's got that No Other on a big box. It's got everything in it.
Yeah, they came up with a box set last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have loved to have bought that, but
And Glenn,
only Jamie can buy box sets. I can't.
so maybe everybody can mention what's going on with their channels. I haven't seen anybody's videos the last couple of days because of the flood and everything, but I'll try and catch up. Glenn first.
Okay, Glenn Kellaway from the basement. Rather than go on and on and on, I just want to say I just uploaded a video this morning. It was a contest entry for a guy, JT's Record Room, who has got a great channel. He's from Nevada. Awesome guy. So I did that, and I mixed it in with a review and my thoughts on... I lost it. There it is there. The new...
yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers album. So
Awesome.
Check it out and come over and subscribe and hang out.
Robert.
Robert's on my turntable. Again, like Glenn, I'm not going to go on too much. I've been just showing great album finds. I found this one the other day, acoustically driven by Uriah Heep. It's amazing. It's all the acoustic stuff. I also found, and before Kevin Cronin, these guys rocked.
Yeah,
They did.
These guys
Their
rocked.
early stuff is
First two albums.
From
are awesome.
Starcastle.
That one, and then REO 2,
That's a good one.
and Riding the
favorite.
Storm Out. So I've been just showing some great album finds. I've been really getting into Saxon as well. I got a crap load of Saxon stuff here. Everyone's got to have a heavy metal band in their collection, I feel. So I don't have a lot of Judas Priest. I don't have any Iron Maiden, but I do have a lot of Saxon. So that's my new heavy metal stuff. So Robert's on my turntable. Come over and like and subscribe and enjoy.
Cool.
I just gotta interject here about those first two REO Speedwag albums are great. And when Kevin Cronin kind of wrestled the band away from Gary Richrath, they started with all those poppy, syrupy rock ballads. It was just terrible. But Gary Richrath, amazing guitar player.
Amazing guitar
I went
player.
to see Joe Walsh in like 1971 or something like that at Massey Hall. REO Speedwagon opened. Never heard of them. And they just blew everybody away. Gary Richrath came on stage for like 10 minutes by himself playing this guitar solo. Everybody left the stage but him. He's a phenomenal guitar player.
Well, they say that Terry Luttrell, the singer on the first album, got fired on the way home from a gig, going back to Champaign, Illinois, from a gig somewhere in Iowa or something. And they get in a big fight and they pull over. They left him in the middle of the cornfield. He wasn't seen again until 1976 when that first Stonehill album came out.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But if you think, if all you know from REO Speedwagon is those,
keep on.
those songs on the radio,
Yeah.
you don't know REO Speedwagon. Those first two albums are amazing.
Exactly.
They're great.
Jamie, you're in the solo spotlight.
Oh my gosh! Again, Larry, thanks for having us once again. So I had a VC meetup just recently with Jeff Speaker from Speaker's Corner. So we got together in Stratford and had a nice time. We did some record and crate digging and had lunch at Bentley's. He really liked the Reuben sandwich there. So on my channel, I chat about that, and there's a photo of us there. And I also did a recent unboxing and looking at this.
Nice.
This is the CD, DVD, Blu-ray version of this. Eric Clapton, Lady in the Balcony, Lockdown Sessions. I know Eric Clapton is increasingly polarized.
Wanker.
Exactly. Exactly. So let the comments be with them as they may, but take a look at that.
Clapton's tremendous guitar player.
And I'm going to upload a video tomorrow of another small box set that I've seen Rachel on her channel. She unboxed it or did a review of it, and I wound up purchasing it, and you'll see what it is tomorrow.
Cool. Yeah. I just wanted to mention, I noticed that I think Van Morrison has a new, it's like a double.
He's got a new album coming out.
But I was checking the songs, right? And it's all like political stuff. He's still on to this.
Oh, yeah.
Kick.
Yeah.
So
I bought his last one. It's the music is fantastic.
Yeah.
You may not agree. Listen, I'm more on the politically. I'm always on the right on my show. Everybody knows it. But the point is that doesn't stop me from enjoying Bruce Springsteen. Yeah. I just bought Born in the USA. I bought it when it first came out. I found OG again. It's back on. I don't care about bring on Neil Young. And I saw Neil Young in concert. I cannot get enough Neil Young. Bring on Neil. I love Neil. So I don't worry about whatever people say. It's the music I'm listening. I don't care if Paul McCartney's out to save the planet or what he's doing. I just love Paul and
it's the music. It's the music.
Yeah. The only problem I have with Van is he's almost getting too prolific. Like everything's kind of starting to be samey. In like the last album was. It's
the
just
production on that last album is creme de la creme. It's just a beautiful album.
But he's really pumping it out there. I mean, you got to give it to him. He's a talented. Yeah.
Scott, you have 20 minutes to promote your channel.
I just about cover it then. Thanks from the Prog Corner. And on my channel, we just do one thing only, and that's prog rock, baby. And this past week we did an album review for a new album that I really love called Capricorn's Constant, The Murder Wall. I gave it my highest possible score, so I was pretty excited about that. And then I go back and I do album rankings. Last week I did 2017, going back and reordering and picking up stuff that I hadn't heard and just trying to rearrange that. People like lists. I like lists. I like prog, so whatever. And this week coming up, I have no idea. That's my biggest problem is they say you're supposed to like plan out what you're going to do. I just kind of let's shoot a video.
Exactly.
Let's
just shoot one.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I do. But we're at 949 subscribers. We got
good for you, man. Good for you.
51 more to go. So the channel's coming up on its 4-month anniversary. So I'm pretty happy with the growth and the progress. I can't be any more in debt to Rachel and Larry because every time I show up on either of you guys' streams, I always pick up subscribers. So thank you so much.
You don't lose subscribers when you're on my live chat?
Nor mine.
I lose them a few hours later after and they actually go on to the catalog and they see oh man, I can't take that. One video of this guy's more than enough. I get it.
Do you play music on your channel, though?
I do not.
You do not.
I'm a talking head. The only thing I'll do, I'll pick up my ukulele every now and then. I'll play something. But
cool.
Yeah, no, it's just me and my big mouth. Yeah.
Hey, Rachel, tell us about your channel and what exciting guest you're going to be having.
Well, there's a young kid coming up. His name's Larry Graves. He calls himself a Canadian Studmuffin. And we're going to find out about that. There is a great video Larry just did. It was very sincere, very touching video where Larry shares a little more personally, which is something that he brings to the equation. I'll be talking more about that. But this is coming up on Tuesday. I think that's the 11th of April. So Larry and I got together 4 Eastern and 1 o'clock Pacific, my time. I just want to show a couple of things. Folks, get this. Think I'm going to wear it. The jury's already back in with the verdict. It's already happened for me, definitely. But look at this: 1966 to 68, original British sightseeing.
Oh, that's interesting. What is that?
Loaded with bands you know and some you don't know. And then on the vinyl front, I recently finally got this. I've been looking for this for a long time. Doolittle, Here Comes You Man. You know that? Yep. And Richard Dolan, young Richard Dolan, he's a young buck. He's a big Larry Graves fan, by the way. He's one of Larry's patrons.
Who is it?
Well, for the love of God, true. But I've got 2 of these. They're from 1989 or so, Paul McCartney World Tour. I'm going to launch that out to Richard.
He just had a birthday, did he not?
He sure the heck did.
Yeah.
And then I got this because Melinda Murphy said this thing's out of print and it's going to go up in price and value. So here it is back. Look at that. That's great.
Yeah, nice.
Great album. That's a really good album.
Do you like math rock, kids? Because this is a band called Slint Spider. There's a great documentary on them, and Larry Graves and Glenn Calloway. There's a Beatles reference right happening here. Remember Life magazine? The Beatles in the pool.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Great
Slint
album,
with their
Rachel.
take on it.
Great album. I love Slint.
So I do one show a day. I used to do two, and now, you know, I'm elderly. I'm retiring. Larry and I are the class of 58. It's amazing work. Hey, great Tin kids. Look at that. Red Raccoon's Treasure. Great stuff. He goes to the moon, and then he hangs around with the lovely Bianca Castiglione, the Milanese Nightingale. So, Larry, that's it. Come on over, and you can talk rock and roll. Also, one last thing. Get these kids, if you want some jazz and you don't want to put a lot of money out, $14 US, $20 Canadian. This is Sonny Rollins, but they have everybody, you know. And so the jazz is kind of a thing in the vinyl community. And if you're not fully committed like me, then that's a good way to get a whole bunch of it in on the cheap. Jamie Cottle.
You knew I'd have it.
I knew you were referencing this thing. But,
so can you
you're going to talk about it on your show, right, Jamie?
No, this is a different box set tomorrow.
Oh, you got yet another one.
Yeah.
Remember. Oh, and also one last comment, Larry. You left a comment very kindly on my Lou Reed. You've got a tag there that came out when I first published it, because I knew and watched your CD version. I got the LP version of Lou Reed. Yeah. I would argue the CD may be even a better deal, but the LP was still a very good deal. 135 Canadian.
Yeah.
Like $10 US, and you get this box set of Lou Reed. Nice. But it's really good and a really nice selection of songs. It's all what's Massey's word for it? It's all archived, or it's all gone over kind of, and they've selected it. There's a word for it. It just escapes me now. And
well, Chris, I apologize, but we've run out of time. So maybe next week you can promote your channel.
All right. Hey, everybody.
I blame me, Chris.
Chris Brophy, Musically Obsessed. Thank you again for having me on. So I actually came out with 3 videos today. I play the guitar and I sing. So I did an acoustic version of the Gin Blossoms, Hey Jealousy. So if you like that song, come on over and check that out. I also did a video on hip vinyl finds and not so hip vinyl finds today. And Rachel, I wanted to show you what I picked up recently. So
I've seen that before.
Into my hip pile. And also, not the Tragically Hip, my Canadian friends, but I also like them as well. But also Dead Kennedy's Frankenchrist.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Killer record. The first song, Soup is Good Food, is amazing. This goes into the hip pile.
Very good. I love the DKs.
I listen to a lot of unhip records as well. I'm a big Broadway musical fan. My daughter just did a version of Fiddler on the Roof. I went to go see that. I forgot how much I love the music, so I picked up an OG copy of Fiddler on the Roof. This contains one of my favorite songs, The Tearjerker, Far From the Home I Love. Try to listen to that without crying, Larry.
Okay.
And also, anybody who watches my channel, I'm a huge Rod McEwen fan, and I found another one of his records. This goes in the unhip pile as well, even though I think it's hip. Yeah. Symphony No. 1. Rod McEwen did a lot of classical music as well. So I found this, and then just today, I was talking to my friend Jeff Witcher about the band OMD, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark.
Yeah, great.
And I had never really listened to them, and I happened to find their first 2 albums today, Organization.
Great one.
And In the Dark. So I picked those both up. So, I mean, as you can see, you're going to get a little bit of everything. You'll get some Black Flag. You'll get Soft Machine, which 13th Floor Elevators, Roxy Music, the Pixies, Johnny Cash. You'll get some guitar playing. So come on over and hang out.
Cool.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Love the Pixies, Fiddler on the Roof, Sunrise, Sunset.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best shows ever. I love Broadway shows, man.
Somebody had put in the chat down below Anne Murray.
Mm-hmm.
I just picked up Anne Murray's Harmony record. And again,
hey, who's laughing at Anne Murray?
Not me.
She's the Queen of Canada. You can't laugh at her.
She's our little snowbird.
Yeah.
I love Anne Murray, and that's not a joke. I really like her. I think I said her voice today in my video was like spreading warm butter onto a piece of sourdough bread. That's how I described her voice. It's just smooth, and I love it. Anne Murray could sing the phone book.
I drove up beside Anne Murray once at a light, and I'm sitting there, it's the summer, I got the window down, She was in the passenger side. She's got the window down. I'm going, holy fucking Murray. Kind of glad, you know. That was it. Light turned green. We went our
Only
separate
in
ways.
Canada.
And anybody who was a Johnny Cash fan, I just picked this up.
Oh, that's an incredible record.
Johnny Cash,
Nice.
Carousel Ballroom, 1968. This is the box set.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And what's cool about this is June Carter does a medley on here. So you get a little June Carter Cash on here. But there's a warning on the back that says the recording quality isn't very good. But I actually think it's
not that bad.
It's not bad. It is bootleg sort of quality, but it's better than bootleg quality. But if you're in the Johnny Cash, check it out.
Well, also, if you're into Bears, if you hold that up again at the top, it says what? Bears Sonic Journals. Yeah. So if anybody knows who Bear is, Owsley, the big guy who distributed all the acid in San Francisco in the '60s, was a sound man for the Grateful Dead, and he was a sound man in a lot of shows at Winterland and all kinds of places in San Francisco. And he kept all the soundboard tapes from all these shows. Yeah. And a few years ago, his family discovered the tapes, and they've been releasing them. And there's some great stuff has come out. The Johnny Cash one is one. There was a great one with Doc Watson. Hot Tuna, Jefferson Airplane, Big Brother, all kinds of them. They're amazing. Anything you see Bears Sonic Journals, they're so exciting. And I think that's better than Folsom Prison.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, well, I don't know if I'd go
the performance, not the sound quality.
Yeah,
performance-wise.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I just spun the first album. It's a double record, but I can't wait to listen to more of it. For me, between Folsom Prison and San Quentin, I always go San Quentin.
Yeah.
I don't know, for whatever reason, I just like that album a little bit better. Even though Folsom Prison has dirty old egg sucking dog on it, and the killer song "Flushed from the Bathroom of Your Heart."
Yes.
Which is
yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, that's Johnny Cash walking into the Fillmore in front of a bunch of acid heads playing Johnny Cash music. You know, that's pretty cool. And I forget who opened on that show. There was a rock. Wasn't somebody else on the show with him that was more.
I don't know.
Janis Joplin or something.
No, I think Uriah Heep opened for Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Yeah. He was they were the backing.
Saxon did.
No, Johnny Cash was a badass.
So. Yeah, he was.
He's awesome. But
nice score on the orchestral maneuvers in the Dark records too.
Yeah, we were. I had never really listened to them before, and I like synth pop. I like early Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Yaz. All that kind of stuff, and OMD was one of those bands that I never really.
Next up, their third album, Dazzle Ships, is actually kind of the prog rock synth pop album. It's really great. They obviously were listening to a lot of Eno and Can and stuff like that before they did that. It's great. It's really cool.
Nice, yeah. They seem like an interesting band. So
there's a lot more to them than the one hit that's played on every John Hughes movie. They're pretty amazing.
Yeah,
but a lot of those bands had a lot more depth than they were given credit for. Bands like Ultravox and Heaven 17 and Visage. Yeah, there was a lot more depth going on to the synth pop bands than just playing synthesizers and
Well, I mean, listen to Depeche Mode Violator, and I mean that album is just it's a dark, ominous, thick record. It's just it's really good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I love the early stuff, the first album, and then with Clark, and then when he left to do the Yaz stuff, I like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, that's what happened when prog became really stale and boring to me in the 80s. I started listening to a lot of stuff I wouldn't have even thought about listening to in the 70s when prog was going strong. So I listened to a lot of punk and a lot of new wave. And
do you like Kraftwerk, Scott?
I do. I really enjoy Kraftwerk a lot, but I was excited to see that Dead Kennedys record pop up.
Yeah, and It's not an original. It's a reissue, but I do have an original pressing of my favorite Dead Kennedys record, Plastic Surgery Disasters.
Oh yeah,
and
that's such a great album.
Yeah, one of my favorite Dead Kennedy songs is called Forest Fire.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a great, Jello Biafra on vocals.
Love
and anybody, I get a surf vibe in their music.
Oh yeah, East Bay Ray's guitar playing is real surf rock. Definitely.
Yeah. And so I don't know, it's people a lot of times are turned off by the moniker of punk.
Sure.
But you have to kind of give some of these bands a chance because they have more to offer than just punk.
Absolutely. And even the name isn't really that offensive. If you look at the history of the United States, one of the, real seminal events in our entire history was when the Kennedy boys died, and it changed our whole society. And Jello's lyrics are so politically charged that it just makes sense. The whole thing I just love them. I think their first, 4 or 5 years, their output was just stellar. And I actually was in a band that opened for them a few times. Whenever they played Florida dates, we usually got the phone call to open for them. They were great. Just they blew us off the stage every time, and that didn't happen a lot actually.
Yeah,
they were everything.
I wish I would have seen them live. I never did, but
sickeningly great.
And everybody listen to Black Flag. They're pretty good.
and speaking of punk, or not just punk, but anybody into Wire.
Yes.
Wire.
Yeah, I've got one on CD.
Yeah, their first 3.
1, 5,
Glenn, I'm going to have to give you a Wire CD.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first 3.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll go through their entire discography, and I can't find a bad record.
Yeah,
Larry, I'm gonna have to pull your Wire when I come over on Monday. I mean, pull a Wire CD. Sorry.
Heck yeah!
This is a family show now. Come on.
Yeah, any of those first 3. 154 might actually be my favorite of the 3. There's just something so cool and so progressive about it. They were going in a direction nobody else had ever. I'd never heard a record like it. That Wire is just amazing. What a great band. And the Kinks questions keep coming up, Larry.
Well, you'll find out on Monday what I think of the Kinks album Arthur, right, Glenn?
I think we will.
Yeah.
Well, I saw in your community tab, Larry, you did pose the question. What's
That's right.
Kinks album?
Yep.
And I saw a lot of Arthur, and I saw a lot of preservation.
Preservation.
Yeah, a lot of preservation.
Yeah.
Which are probably the 2 correct answers.
Wire, Pink Flag.
I'm going to go to the other end of the world, and I found a couple of Buddy Miles albums yesterday.
Oh.
Nice.
Buddy Miles Express. This is Booger Bear and Buddy Miles Band, Chapter 7.
Yep.
This is freaking amazing. I just blew my mind on this one. It's so good.
You can't go wrong with that stuff.
Nah, yeah.
Who plays in that album with them?
Great musicians, great singing. Sorry, just got to open up this. These sleeves are always hard to open. You've got Buddy Miles, obviously, on organ and guitars, bass and vocals and drums. Adrian Curtis on guitars. Ron Johnson on bass. Robert Hoggins on organ. Richard Appalap on tenor. Bill Sprague on trumpet, and Dave Dawson on trombone. But great album. Really good stuff. Yeah. Happy to find that one.
Jamie, is your mic on?
My mic is on. I've got something for Robert.
Okay.
Last week we were talking about the size of our box sets.
Oh,
hey,
Hold on a second here.
I've got a huge box set
Yeah,
here.
whoa.
I don't remember that conversation.
We'll never get that on the album cover.
Edit.
Hey, watch it, they're blind, baby.
But Robert,
Hey, a little more contention there.
Yeah.
Robert just recently had a
I
video.
think he's going to show us.
And he's been talking about the 10-year. Oops, there we go.
10 years app. Yeah. Oh, look at
I was
that.
mentioning that mine.
Look at that.
This is the first edition of it. Obviously, you've got a later issue of it, but this is how it first came out. So it was in like this kind of slipcase thing.
Wow, nice.
And then it's
nice.
But it's all the same stuff, like all the same CDs, and obviously
yeah
as well. But they just do this. I can do this properly here with the camera. So
Sweet.
they have it sort of all the CDs are sort of in these big things like this.
Oh, I like that.
And then they sort of come out.
Oh, very cool.
And like that. So
that's a great box set. So good.
And then it does have the extra disc of the like that.
Yeah, no, that's nice. That's super nice.
So I was surprised to see that because I hadn't realized they'd reissued it in a smaller sort of set that way. But that's nice that they do that. So when these become unavailable, like reissue them, make them affordable sort of thing or whatever. As long as all the content's there. I hate when they reissue these things and then they don't have half the content or the booklet or anything like that. But that's a nice one to pick up for sure.
Just because it's smaller doesn't mean it's not better.
Exactly.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Keep telling them that much. Keep telling them that, Robert. They won't believe you.
But Robert, you need to see it.
I love. You're not going to see it, but that's it.
Well, also I was going to say too.
This is going in the gutter fast.
Listen, before you guys start comparing sizes of box sets, just make sure you put it in a protective sleeve.
That's right.
We don't want any little box sets crawling around.
You know what? I'm getting the urge to stand up.
Put your pants on first, please. No, but I love that. I love 10 Years After. They're a great band. Alvin Lee was such an amazing player.
You got it. Fantastic.
Yeah. Love the
Yes.
Love the Kinks.
Who doesn't love the Kinks?
Exactly.
Well, I think Larry should show some of his latest CDs he's gotten. Larry, what have you gotten so far?
Actually, I just got some today.
All right.
I just did the video. It's not public yet, but I'm going to show them. Why not?
I'm interested.
Glenn, and then this is all from the CD exchanges. Glenn, look what I got. The 30th anniversary.
Oh, Ian Hunter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great album.
And Robert will like this.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
My favorite Deep Purple album.
And that.
Sweet.
Tell us.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And Glenn, I also got, because of the CD exchange.
Oh, yeah, Shining Brightly. Look at that.
There we go.
I'm a major influence on your life, Larry.
That's right. And I want to say one thing about this album without giving it away. Mick Ralphs is a underrated guitarist.
Yes.
Totally.
There's some great guitar work on it.
Yeah.
And you could say that Procol Harum album, Shine On Brightly, contains the very first prog epic of all time.
Yes.
'Twas an I. Amazing stuff.
I found Home at Chumley's today.
Yeah,
great album too.
Yeah. Double album, wonderful
Man,
stuff.
they had some good albums there.
They've got some good albums.
I didn't go. Did you leave any? I might.
No, I left. I didn't. I left this Uriah Heep there. There's some Uriah Heep still there.
I should drive over.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of Uriah Heep vinyl out.
No.
Too much.
No.
And every time I walk into place selling vinyl, they'll have signs like "we need," then they'll have like various artists that the guy's really looking for, and it's always Uriah Heep on the top of that list. Rush,
For sure.
Pink Floyd, with it, Black Sabbath. This is what we can sell. This is what I can't get my hands on. And Uriah Heep is always on there. I've noticed.
Fantastic band.
Yeah.
Has anybody heard the new Pink Floyd song that they're releasing? Is it any
song.
good or?
It's good. I like it. Would have been nice if Roger were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think David was too happy with Roger's attitude towards the whole thing, but
No.
Not a surprise.
Yeah.
Big shocker.
Yeah.
But yeah, David Gilmour's great guitar work through it. Like, can't complain.
That's a good track.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice if Roger could have been there. And it would have been
it would have been cool.
Richard.
Would have made it really cool.
If Richard could have been here for it, then even nicer still.
Mm-hmm.
But that was good to see they're doing something. Regardless of how you feel about politics and stuff.
Yeah.
There's people that need help in the world.
You think they'd put that to bed though, and just get it over with? But
no, there's too many artists like that. They just freaking hate each other.
Yeah.
Now, Martin.
Although if you've ever been in a band and you've had those kind of falling outs, it's really hard to get over them. Scott's probably done it.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I got a guitar player that every time we think about this, that I think, oh man, I wouldn't be in the same room with that guy the rest of my life when we play music.
It happens.
So has anybody heard of Dillard and Clark? I know Gene Clark. Yeah, I've never heard the music though.
Yeah, the Dillards. You ever watch Andy Griffith's show, The Darlings?
Yeah.
They were the Dillards.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, great. Yeah, Doug Dillard, one of the great banjo players of all time. And Rodney Dillard, great singer, guitar player.
And Glenn, you know how I had the flood yesterday, and I also it ruined some magazines and books. So I'm going to give you this book here, Glenn.
Yeah.
Give me a waterlogged. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my God.
I appreciate that.
It's a really good read. You might have a bit of difficulty turning the pages. But.
That's too bad. I'll take a hairdryer to it. And see
just let it dry.
I was playing a gig one time on Fort Myers Beach, and we decided we're going to do Boris the Spider, and all of a sudden this dude runs up on stage and he grabs my bass player's bass out of his hand and he starts playing. And after the song, like, dude, that was totally like not cool. And he's like, "Oh, you're John Edwards, my father-in-law." Some such thing. I guess he thought
that still doesn't make it cool.
Doesn't make it cool. No.
It kind of made it cool though.
You know what you should have done, Scott? You should have slapped him.
Oh my God.
Pull the Will Smith.
I was a guitar player. If he would have grabbed my guitar, he would have gotten something.
Then he'd be banned for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No more award shows.
No more award shows. Yeah.
Oh well. It wouldn't be the first time I've been kicked out of somewhere.
Well, speaking of family feuds, I'm going to show one more because I've shown quite a bit today. Gene Loves Jezebel. You guys have heard Gene Loves Jezebel?
There's two different ones floating around.
Don't tell me Gene doesn't love Jezebel anymore.
No.
Get along, just like.
But I found this one.
I didn't know they'd split up.
Glad to be alive. Yeah. The twins.
They're touring two different.
Yeah.
Brothers are split.
Oh, now it's Gene and okay. You go see. Yeah.
Gene doesn't love Jezebel.
Yeah.
It's Guy X's Gene Loves Jezebel and Guy Y's Gene Loves Jezebel.
I haven't been this upset since Ferranti and Teicher split up.
But great music though. I'm really liking the music. Really good stuff.
I love Gene Loves Jezebel. They were amazing. They were terrific back in the day.
Yeah.
So sad though that they can't bury the hatchet, and
they're twins too. You think they'd have that each maternal thing going on, but
it makes it worse when you fight, I guess.
Yeah.
But
well, here's a cheery question for us all. Hope it's not too morbid, but might be interesting. If you knew it was your last week on Earth, what album would you listen to before passing on?
Dark Side of the Moon.
I would want to listen to John Anderson or Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I'd probably pull out a Johnny Cash record. Yeah. My favorite Johnny Cash record is Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Yeah. And it's killer. I'd probably pull that out.
Rachel.
Larry Norman's In Another Land, a great Christian album. And also John Michael Talbot, another Christian artist. Come to the Quiet, beautiful guitar. Then I'd grab Yes, Close to the Edge. Then I'd get my Dark Side of the Moon as well. I'd get Zeppelin 4, Wear the Shirt. And then, of course, the Beatles. And I'd spend a day, Beatle album, the whole thing from A to Z. We'd do them all. And that would, and I pretty much have it all. And maybe Tom Jones for my mom. And Anne Murray for the Peanut Gallery. My greatest hits, Anne Murray's.
Now, I know that Jamie would want to play Billy the Mountain by Frank Zappa.
Well, I was just thinking if it was the last album, I'd want to have maybe some sort of box set where you could stretch it out. Like if it was the last album, last day. I'm only on disc 25. I still got 48 to go. I don't know. For me, it'd be kind of a toss-up between Dark Side of the Moon came to mind, Wish You Were Here. Beatles' White Album. came to mind as one of those last albums in the last week sort of thing. But so many choices. But yeah,
Can I change my answer?
Sure.
I'm going with Lou Reed Metal Machine Music.
Rebel.
You're going to
Rebel
hell.
to the end. A rebel to the end.
Guess he knows where he's going.
I think I'd pick albums that I hated just so the time would pass slower. I might do the whole entire ABBA collection or something.
Don't you like ABBA, Glenn?
No, hate them.
Oh, no. Poor ABBA.
Yeah, poor ABBA. Yeah.
Oh, well.
No.
So, Rachel, speaking of Christian artists, have you ever heard of Randy Stonehill?
Randy Stonehill, good companion to Larry Norman. I saw them in concert together in 1980, 1979.
Wow. Yeah, Randy Stonehill is one of the most amazing songwriters. He's his voice, his guitar playing, he's great.
Yeah, Stonehill's fantastic. They did have a falling out, as all these people tend to do, as Glenn was mentioning earlier about rock and roll. But Randy Stonehill, saw him, and very talented guy, and kind of made a real name for himself and got in that subgenre of Christian music. But yeah, Stonehill I know as well. Phil Keaggy, big Beatles fan. Phil Keaggy, glass harp, great guitar player. Really recognized and respected.
Well, listen, everyone, I've got to get going. I'm sorry, but I appreciate you having me on again, Larry.
Yep. Thank you, Chris. Yep.
Thank you, Chris.
It was great
Awesome
seeing
stuff.
you all.
Yes.
And
Take
enjoy
care,
the rest of the
Chris.
weekend.
Take care, brother.
Always fun, man.
Always
Thank you
fun.
so much.
Always
Yep.
fun.
Bye, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Good to see
Take
you.
care, man.
Well, I think the theme that I noticed was, if it can't be a box set, it at least has to be a double album, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Tales from Topographic.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
But
That'll go on forever.
my runners up would be The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, Quadrophenia, London Calling, The Minutemen, Double Nickels on the Dime. And, the double albums, definitely.
Yeah.
It's not cheating.
No.
It's one album, right? So, yeah, but I think the idea of leaving this mortal coil with John Anderson's celestial voice being the last thing that these ears hear isn't the worst idea I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Have you ever, Scott, gotten teary-eyed listening to Yes?
I'm actually thinking about doing this. I just finished listening to Close to the Edge.
Yeah.
And every time I hear a piece of music that I really, really love, I suffer from the Chris Squire syndrome, and tears will come streaming down my face. He was the same way. His widow talked about how you always knew if Chris Squire loved the song because he'd start crying.
Wow.
And I don't know if there's a medical term for that or not, but I definitely suffer from the same exact thing. You put Supper's Ready on. By the time Peter Gabriel's talking about going to the New Jerusalem, oh my God, and forget about it. It's a rap. So music has that effect on me big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Isn't it amazing how music can just blow you out of the water sometimes?
Yeah, it is.
Seeing Yes for the first time, jaw dropping. Like there was no tears. It was just, it took my breath away.
Wow.
It was unbelievable, majestic, sweeping, beautiful, orchestrated, and the stuff I'd been listening to for like 14 years before I finally saw them at 90125 is the first time I saw them. And it was so beautiful. And it just really took my breath away. And I was telling Scott, recently I had Scott, we were interviewing him, I think the day before, so we got together and we were talking. And I saw in the Union tour, and they ended on a single note, like the whole band expands musically. Everybody's playing, they're going mad, playing, everybody's doing their own bit. And then it comes back in after they expand the sound, and it ends on a single note, single instrument, Steve Howe. And I'm just jaw dropping, literally my mouth agape.
Wow.
I never seen anything like it. And I've seen Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, but Paul was so big. The whole time I'm seeing Paul McCartney. Holy crap, I'm seeing a Beatle. That is the Beatle, Paul McCartney. There's pictures of John Lennon, my favorite Beatle, up there with Paul McCartney singing Beatles songs. Oh my God, Paul's singing the Beatles song. This is Paul McCartney. And it went on and on in my mind like that. So I couldn't quite get over I'm seeing Paul McCartney. Ringo, it was a little easier. I go, holy shit, there's Ringo singing.
Yeah, that's Ringo.
But you know, of the two concerts, Ringo I enjoyed more.
Yeah.
He had Levon Helm and Rick Danko there from the band.
I saw that tour too. That was the first All-Star band.
So they were were there. Joe Walsh, again, a jaw dropping. You could hear a pin drop when he did Rocky Mountain Way. The whole stadium was talking, and there's a lot of cheerful, I'd like to be on the, everybody's, ooh, exciting. But then when Walsh came out, everybody just quiet. Everybody's just like, oh my God, so skilled guitar player, beautiful.
Wow.
That was great.
Dr. John was there, Clemens there. And of course, Danko, Levon Helm, they're all gone. So many to see those legends. And you want to get these acts, folks, you baby boomers out there. You want to get them in because we won't have them too much longer.
Yeah. My daughter and son-in-law are going to see McCartney in May, and I'm so glad they're going because so you're not going to get many more chances to see somebody like that. So
correct, absolutely correct. Massey's going to that one. You've seen McCartney for 18 times or something. It's going to be number 18 and 19 for.
I saw a couple times. That was it. But I would love to go again. I just the money.
Yeah, I was so fortunate to see McCartney with Linda. So Linda was alive.
Oh, wow.
And it was kind of nice to, that I was able to see her before she passed. Never saw my favorite John or George because their touring was far less. But I would have loved
I had tickets to see George on his 74 tour, and a buddy of mine said, I got a guy at work who'll pay big money for your tickets. And I was kind of struggling a bit. And I thought, okay, he was like this 74, and the guy was going to give me like $100 or something for these tickets. It was just some ridiculous amount of money. Yeah. I give them to my buddy, and then he comes over and he says, "Oh, I lost your tickets." I go, so I don't know if he ripped me off or sold it.
Oh no!
So I still don't know to this day if the guy bullshitted me or what. So I never ended up going to see George.
Same thing happened to me, but it wasn't concert tickets though. Different kind of transaction.
Yeah, that's awesome, Stephen. Wow, to have seen Harrison. I heard 74 though. That way, his voice wasn't in the best shape for that one.
Still would have been nice to see him.
But yeah, it's just the experience. Some check, bucket list, check it off.
And not going to see John when he was at the Rock and Roll Revival. It was such a rumor that day that he was going to be there, and I'm going, there's no frickin' way. Like, if I actually would have known that he was there, I would have ran down.
And it was still a good show anyway, but you saw kind of a lot that was going on around that period of time.
Oh, yeah.
Janis Joplin and the Grateful Dead and all that was happening. The Express, Music Express thing.
Yeah, Festival Express was great, yeah.
Hey, Glenn, there's some new Grateful Dead box set coming out.
Oh, man, a 24 album set for the Lyceum Theater from the European tour in 72. Yeah,
you don't need that, Glenn.
It's $550 US.
Jamie?
So I think I'm going to probably pass on it, but I'd love to have it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's really impressive when you watch Jamie's show. He's got just so much. His shelves are they're like everything's kind of leaning because there's so much. Like it's wall media. I mean, it's really it impresses the heck out of me. But my God, get some earthquake insurance. I'm telling you, that'd be a heck of a mess.
No, but I think we've all had those times where we should have gone to that show, or maybe I'll catch them next year. Yeah. And then, next thing you know,
they're gone.
Yeah, my favorite story on that level, Scott, is again Norman Maslow, 1966, August 29th, Candlestick Park, San Francisco. Oh. The Beatles are going to play the final show that they're ever going to play live prior to, of course, on the rooftop at Savile Row. But so he's there. He's all ready to go. He's got his ticket. His buddy's there. Hey, I got a ticket to see Beatles. Want to go see Beatles? And then Mazzy's a kid, so he's going, yeah, I want to see Beatles. Let's go see Beatles. He's like, Norman, you have a drum lesson. Your drum lesson. So you can see the Beatles next. They're going to be back next week. Or next week. Play drums.
That was the thing with the Beatles.
That is a true story.
They were, 64, 65, 66. I could have gone in 66, and I didn't go. That didn't even sell out. those shows. And I thought, well, they'll be back next year. I mean, who knew? You know,
there is a guy like he's come by my show quite frequently. Very nice guy. His old Beatlemania fan, Dave. Okay, really nice guy. He saw the Beatles 3 times.
Wow.
I go, who's the band you seen? Who have you seen the most of, Dave? And he goes, well, I guess it'd be the Beatles. I go, what?
Crazy.
Go, you saw the Beatles more than what? First of all, you saw the Beatles. You go, yeah. And he goes, yeah, I saw them 3 times. I just go, that is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, 64 and 65 were major sellouts, but
Glenn,
and you know the story in Toronto, right? Like Harold Ballard, who was the old curmudgeon who owned the Leafs back then.
Yeah.
He signs the Beatles to play a show. They come on, it sells out so fast. He sells a second show without even asking them, Brian Epstein or anybody, and then Brian Epstein's on the phone with him going, what the hell did you do? And he's going, well, try and back out of that now that 20,000 people have bought tickets to a second show. And he forced the Beatles to play the second show.
So what, are you saying that some of those shows were not even sellouts?
66 tour was not a sellout.
What?
True.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, because things are kind of starting to sour a bit. The Monkees were coming on.
Yeah.
Okay. That just... my mind just exploded there. The idea that the Beatles were doing their final tour, right? And they can't sell out.
I'm not saying some shows didn't sell out, but some didn't.
Right.
Toronto didn't.
Wow.
I know Toronto didn't.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So Rod Evans, he was in Captain Beyond after.
Yeah.
Right?
Good band.
Yeah.
They put out 2 great albums.
Those
he's still
albums sell
around
for big bucks too. Those vinyl albums from Captain Beyond, man. You got to pay for those.
I need to pick up that second one.
Ugh.
With the hologram, the first one's got that little holographic 3D thing going on. It's a good record.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nirvana.
Luckily, I did go to that Nirvana show when Creed was opening.
I didn't go see Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young and the band at Varsity Stadium in Toronto because it was raining. It was freaking a downpour, and I went. My buddies we were all going that day, and then they're going, okay, let's go. And I'm going, I'm not going to stand out in the freaking pouring rain to see anybody. And stupid, I should have gone.
Yeah, we all have one that's.
Now we're talking about crying at these acts we love. I cried watching the Today Show or Good Morning America. It was one or the other, and it had Paul McCartney playing the Wings Over America, 1976, and above him were the spectral images of his old bandmates bopping around. Before being there yesterday, and I'm just watching my TV, just cheering because I'm the Beatlemaniac, But yeah, that would have been special. And of course, I got the album. I got a reissue now, but I bought it when it first came out. 76 Wings Over America, great album.
Yeah,
3 album set. It's a very good album, and the version of Maybe I'm Amazed on that got a lot of radio play at the time. So
it's great.
Yep, I've got The Magician's Birthday and Demons and Wizards. I know Robert got one right.
I've got a ton.
You've got a ton.
I got a ton. I was just going to show you Salisbury and
my favorite one. Salisbury's my favorite.
Yeah, I got a ton of Uriah Heep. I like them all. I can't say one's my favorite over the other.
I'm
Magician's Birthday,
Sweet Freedom, and then they lost me.
I love it all.
Yeah, I love it all too.
I like the first one. I like Salisbury. I like Demons and Wizards, and Magician's Birthday probably the best. But
Magician's Birthday is the one I own.
Yes.
Obama Gog is great. I love Obama Gog.
Yeah, that's a good album.
Record.
Yeah.
And their last couple of records have been really solid too. I mean, they're just great.
Yeah.
Mick Box is amazing. Mick Box is wonderful.
The Who's fantastic. I saw them their 25th anniversary tour. So Entwistle was still alive for that one, fortunately. Keith Moon gone. So, but they had, I forget who there was drumming. I want to say it was the
Kenny Jones.
Wasn't Kenny Jones?
I think it was Kenny Jones. I think Kenny Jones from Faces was doing the work on the kit.
Yeah, I saw you in, what was that, 1980, I think? Either 80 or 81 in the Clash.
Wow.
Was the support act. It was just amazing. People
I love the
doing
Clash.
stuff on stage. They're booing the Clash, calling them all these names. And Pete Townsend comes out on stage and tells the crowd, "Look, y'all, I handpicked these guys. To me, they're the greatest band in the world. So shut up and enjoy it." And the crowd was really polite the rest of their set.
Yeah.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
I got to see the Who twice with Keith Moon, so I was fortunate.
Really?
Yeah, there you go, Glenn.
And one time, Toots and the Maytals opened up.
Toots and the Maytals.
Never heard a reggae note in my frickin' life, and my buddy and I are sitting there going, "What the hell is this music?"
Cool. Yeah, the first time, that was the first time.
Yeah,
reggae music.
Thank you.
Please, God, say it wasn't an Eric Clapton cover.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, acoustically driven is an amazing album.
Jamie's got it.
Jamie will have that.
Yeah,
yep, that's great.
If it's a box set, Jamie's gonna get it.
No, not necessarily. No.
Okay, so for you American who's on here still just Scott. I just noticed Amazon.com in their warehouse sales has the Traffic box set for $100.
Oh, that's not
bad.
bad.
That's good. That's a good price for that.
Incredible price.
Jamie, do you have this one?
Yes, I do. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mentioned that last week. You showed that last week.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. Thank you, Larry, for introducing me to Pretty Things.
Now, the Beatles connection on SF Sorrow.
Beatles connection.
There is a Beatles connection.
Norman Hurricane Smith is the producer, and he's the Beatles engineer on every album up to Rubber Soul.
Oh, wow.
After Rubber Soul, then he leaves and he starts producing Pink Floyd. He produced Pink Floyd's 3 of their first 4 albums. The one he didn't do was More, the movie soundtrack, but he did, the Interstellar Overdrive and all those.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. I did not know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so Norman Hurricane Smith, of course, he had those novelty hits. Oh, babe, what would you say? I know, baby, I know I could be so in love.
Oh, yeah.
So
there's a pop song.
His wife wrote that song, by the way, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that was a big hit.
It was in Canada. It did particularly well. He had a follow-up. He did a Gilbert O'Sullivan, who I also like Gilbert O'Sullivan quite a bit.
Alone Again, naturally.
Yeah.
Well, that one, but then there was another one he did. I just can't think of the name right now, but it was a Gilbert O'Sullivan song. But amazing.
You'll find out on Monday.
I don't think Arthur's going to be his number 1. He's going to surprise me and pick Gene Clark.
Let me see here. What are the albums?
Because that Gene Clark album's amazing.
Okay, I've got this one, Mott. Do you think? Where do you think that's going to be?
It's a classic.
From 1 to 5, Glenn. Where do you think I'm going to place this?
4.
4, and this one?
3.
3. You think this will be number 1?
Number 1.
Really?
I think I'm going to surprise you with that one.
Arthur Brown.
Number 2.
And the Sheepdogs.
Number 5.
Oh, you are so wrong, Glenn. Even if he's right, I'm going to say that.
I don't even know who you are anymore, Larry.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
No, I told
yes,
you
I am
all
an
about
influencer.
The Sheepdogs, right? How I came to find out about the Sheepdogs. They were on a reality TV show. They were on Project Runway, where the designers all had to make stage gear for them, and then at the end of the episode they played a song, and I'm like, that's not bad actually. So I ran out and bought the CDs. So.
I will say, without giving too much away, I think I played it 2 times, and I thought it was good. It was okay. But last night, now I don't know if it had to do because I had a bit of tomato soup. A little bit of tomato soup. But it went way up in my rankings.
Yeah, tomato soup will do that.
Doesn't it? That first album reminds me of Guess Who for some reason.
Okay.
Did you put some crackers?
They have a new album coming out too, and they're playing here in Belleville, Glenn.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, at the Empire.
Wow.
Well, we should go.
Maybe.
Did you put some crackers in the soup too?
No, just straight.
Just straight
soup.
soup.
All I
Just
needed
straight
was the straight tomato
Yeah.
soup.
Yeah.
Chaser.
You should see the way he can eat it with hot knives. Incredible.
You should listen to Nickelback.
I got to tell you guys a funny story.
No, he
Speaking
should
of-
not.
Speaking of hot knives, well, I used to go up. My parents had a cottage when I was a kid and a teenager, and I used to go up there when they weren't there, partying my face off all week, and we'd get this hash with us, and we'd be doing hot knives hash all week long, and then the knives would get all black from being heated up on the stove. And my dad would come up on the weekends, and he'd, be eating his dinner, and he'd be looking at the knives going, my knives are turning black. What the hell is going on with my knives? And we would just be behind the scenes. He never, to the day he died, he couldn't figure out it, but it drove him nuts that his silverware was turning black.
That'd get you so freaking high, hot knifing hash like that. Holy smokes.
Poor guy.
That was a rush.
Glenn, Bird's Sweetheart of the Rodeo.
Yeah, great album. Love it.
That.
Yeah, great country rock album. You ain't going nowhere. Dylan's really forgotten, neglected one-hit wonder from '72. Motorcycle Mama. Is that the Neil Young song, Motorcycle Mama? Or is that something different?
I don't think so.
I don't know that. I'm gonna have to.
Somebody covered Neil Young's "Down by the River" around 1977. It was a massive hit here in Canada. It went it was top 10 or something. I forget who covered it, but it's a very nice, more poppy version of "Down by the River." It did quite well.
That's when we had that CanCon thing in effect, and you had to play so much Canadian content on the radio, so a lot of Canadian bands took advantage.
I hated that thing when it came in.
Like, remember what band recovered Rocky Mountain Way? I mean, come on, they did an okay
Triumph.
job, but
Triumph.
Phil Walsh has to do Rocky Mountain Way. Triumph did a great job.
In hindsight now, I'm much more forgiving of it. But when it was first introduced, I got my my tail up. I said, oh no. I want to hear what I want to hear. Don't you tell me what I have to hear.
Exactly. Yeah.
But now I'm thankful because so many great Canadian, we do have.
Well, it developed an industry, right? So it helped develop our industry. Yeah.
And we're good. We've got so many great Canadian acts and especially I love telling our American friends. So many great American bands have that Canadian touch. Denny Doherty and the Mamas and Papas.
Oh yeah.
Skip Spence over there with Moby Grape and Neil Young, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. So many bands. There's a guy, the guitar player in the Young Rascals was from Ontario as well. It was interesting. I forget his name right now. But.
And Zal from Love and Spoonful.
Zal Yanofsky, fantastic. I mean, guitar player, talented guy.
Yeah. David Clayton Thomas, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
That was the big one with Spinning Wheels. That's kind of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That album. That was probably the biggest selling album. I've got a copy of it, but that was the
American sounding band I've ever heard is from Canada. Well, most of them are from Canada. The band is probably the American sounding band.
It's crazy, Isn't it crazy? Yeah.
It just shows that the Canadian influence runs deep, my friends.
Yeah. Robbie Robertson, some kid from Toronto.
Yep.
Boy, is he? Yeah, I'm a fan. I really like
Richard
him.
Manuel from Stratford.
What a genius! What an underappreciated genius that guy was. Troubled individual, obviously, but so gifted.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my homework on y'all's culture. I've been watching Big Brother Canada all weekend.
Awesome! I'm a huge Big Brother fan. Are you really watching it?
I'm up to season 4 now.
So you're not watching? There's a new one going on right now.
Yeah. They finally got Big Brother Canada available for us Americans, and I couldn't be happier, man. It's awesome.
Are you a Big Brother fan? I'm a huge Big Brother fan.
Oh yeah, I've watched all the American seasons.
Me too.
That is funny.
Welcome to the Big Brother live chat.
Oh my God.
That is what do you call those? A guilty pleasure, I guess.
It is a guilty pleasure. Yeah.
Me and my wife can spend hours just binging, just season after season. These idiots in the Big Brother house. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Larry Molly the other day, we were talking about it, and the only reality thing I can watch is Big Brother because I can't relate to like Survivor because I would never be out in the forest eating bugs and shit like that. But I could understand what it would be like to be with 12 maniacs in a frickin' house and how I'd react. So
I wouldn't want to see you on the Naked Show either.
No, I wouldn't want to see me on. Yeah, that would not. Yeah.
No.
And Basil's Records, I think it's a safe bet that everybody on this panel is a David Bowie fan. I know Larry is. He's got a big Bowie collection.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
I've got most of his stuff, and I saw Bowie with the Glass Spider tour.
Oh,
and he had Peter Frampton with them for that. And Tony Basil was floating around, dancing, or spinning around, doing stuff. Wow. It was a big show.
Wasn't Stevie Ray Vaughan playing guitar for him at the time?
Stevie Ray, yeah.
Was that who played
that
guitar
was in
with
'83 when he was doing the.
So that was earlier. Okay.
Yeah,
I love
that
Bowie.
was earlier.
What's your favorite Bowie album?
I only have the one. Ziggy Stardust.
Ziggy Stardust is still my favorite.
I love all his albums. One of my favorites is his
Hunky Dory, Aladdin Sane. Pinups is a great it's a great album.
I'm actually reading a David Bowie biography right now, and it got me inspired to listen to a lot more Bowie. I have a few, like I got Diamond Dogs. I got most of the early ones.
Diamond Dogs is great.
up to Young Americans, and then and Let's Dance. I got that.
That's why I'm giving you Low on Monday.
But anyway, I do have this. That's a really good live album. David Bowie. It's a 76 tour, 78 live in London. It's got a great song list on it, but Adrian Belew's playing guitar on this one. He's such a great guitar player. This is a really good album.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Bowie. I am particularly fond of that Berlin era. So Low.
It's fantastic. So good.
But Heroes and Lives are equally great.
Oh.
Equally great. All three albums are amazing. That's peak Bowie.
Totally great.
But I'm a big fan of all eras of Bowie. Tin Machine was great. I love the later stuff. I love the Cocaine albums. I love the dance albums. I love the early albums. Bowie was just a genius.
It's hard to pick one. Yeah. It's hard to pick
it really is. And gun to my head, I'd probably pick Lodger.
Yeah, I love Lodger.
Yeah. I just love how whacked out it is. It's just wrong, and it's just amazing.
There's a thread going on the Steve Hoffman forums about favorite Bowie albums, and the one album I've never heard by Bowie that I notice is in everybody's top 4 or 5 is Low. I've never heard it.
Low's good, yeah.
I believe Pitchfork had it as the #1 album of the 70s.
Wow.
They did a whole rundown. Wow. Shockingly enough, they had like 4 King Crimson albums in their top 100, but
I'll take that.
Yes, no Genesis, but Low was #1.
So did Low come out after Station to Station or something?
Yeah.
Or when did, okay.
Yeah, he moved to Berlin, kind of tried to clean up his act, because he claimed he didn't even remember recording Station to Station. He was cocaine.
Yeah, but it's a great album.
I love it.
It's amazing. I love it too. That's a great song.
BBC 15. Oh. It's such a great song of Bob Salon and Golden Years. Wop wop wop.
Wop wop wop.
Let me hear you say life's taking you nowhere.
Yeah, great song. That is a good album.
The shadows. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's rock and roll.
Glenn, a question for you.
I'm gonna freak this guy out. Chicken George.
Yeah, season 1, original.
I like that dude who came on and he was like the. Yet his daughter was on the show, and he was like a evil dick.
And his daughter was Danielle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Evil Dick's
great. He was a cool dude.
Yeah. I only follow 3 people on Big Brother because they all just turn into endorsement whores.
Yeah,
and really horrible follows. But I do follow Evil Dick. He's amazing. He hates everybody and everything. He calls everybody out. It's amazing. I love Big Brother. I don't know why anybody hates that show. They need to watch it. It's the universe in a microcosm. It's the world as we know it. Everything that's great, everything that's awful about humanity is right there in a 60-minute show. It's
the song Heavy Horses has brought a tear to my eye. It's such a beautiful ode to the big horses. Jethro Tull, of course. I love
Heavy
that.
Horses,
amazing album. Really good album.
A very sweet song about love for the horse.
Yeah. One Brown Mouse, I think, is on that one. I love that song.
Yeah, great song.
Great stuff on there. Yeah, but
I wish I would have seen Bowie. That's one I regret.
Yeah. Yeah. I never saw Bowie, but I actually met Bowie. So, you know.
Really?
That's very cool.
Well, next you're going to say you met Michael Jackson in a shoe store.
I did. I met a lot of people for a nobody, for somebody that's never done jack in my life. I've met a lot of people. But yeah, I did meet Bowie. He and Amon had a house in Bermuda, and I went on vacation there, and so we hung out and talked for a little while in a bar.
Wow, how cool is that?
On the west side of the island. Pretty cool guy. He was awesome. Good guy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't get an invite back to the house though, so I guess.
Is it sort of similar to doing a live chat with me?
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Yeah.
Almost on the same level.
Larry's not inviting you back to the house either.
There you go.
It must be something about you, Scott.
I think I figured it out. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I need more Bowie.
Thank you.
You can't.
However you pronounce your name. Glenn, try and pronounce his name.
I'm saying Nick. Is that like it's obviously
Yeah,
Nick,
Nico.
I'm gonna say it's Nick. Nico? Is that what it is? Cool.
Cerebral
Yeah, he's always
writing,
comes on and makes great comments.
From a Grecian name.
Check out Greenbacks, Glenn. I think they have some Bowie there.
Yeah.
There you go. Call me Nick.
In the new arrivals.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You can never have too much Bowie.
Yeah.
It's just one of the rules in life.
I enjoyed the Life Aquatic Steve Azuzu because the soundtrack with the acoustic renditions, kind of a Caribbean flavoring of Bowie songs. Really nicely done. Created quite the atmosphere for the film.
Yeah, that was cool.
Broadsword and the Beast. Another Tull.
Another fantastic Tull, yeah.
I like it. I think it's a cool record, but I kind of almost felt a little bit like false advertising. I do like the album, but when I bought it, I thought it was going to be about, wizards and
with that cover, yeah.
A real prog rock journey, like they were going back to, 70s prog, and
it's folk.
Does not sound like that at all, but it's actually really good.
It's interesting because the album cover art, like certain bands, like I think the Ramones, for example, should never have had any album taken of them other than them in front of a brick wall.
Yeah.
Just the Ramones in front of a brick wall. And just color them different. Ramones 1, 2, do it like Chicago, but just put those 4 guys up against the bloody brick wall, and you got a good album cover. And whenever they deviated from it, like Going Home or whatever, that is a horrible cover. Get those kids in their ripped jeans and their leather jacket and put them up against the wall and take a picture. Right. You got a great album cover right there.
You're dead right. I remember going into the record store and seeing that thing and looking at all these songs under 2 minutes and looking at the dudes with the leather jackets and the ripped jeans and stuff. I'm buying it. I'm sold. And the clerk at the record store like, dude, you like Yes, and Genesis, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. You're not going to like this at all. And the thing I loved about that Ramones album cover was the honesty. You knew exactly what you were getting. Yeah. It was no surprise. That was truth in advertising. It was everything I thought it was going to be, and I love that first one.
I love the production on the first album because the guitar was on one speaker, and then the bass, like it was all so separate. I love it.
That is awful. It's great. I just love it.
The other one I feel sorry for is Squeeze, the English band Squeeze. Yeah. Now those guys, get them away from the rock wall. No brick wall. Get rid of all those guys. Put them in a pub. Put those guys in a pub. Get them playing pool. Get them throwing a dart. Get them playing the little Skittles thing. Get them in the bar and put a pint in their hands and take a picture of them. Every Squeeze album with a variation on that, they would have sold way more albums because they're pure quintessential English pub music.
Or get Emerson, Lake and Palmer on Love Beach.
Yeah. No, but you're right, Rachel. A&M Records, which was their label here in the States. I think they were on Virgin in the UK, but I know they were A&M here, and I know for a fact that they had absolutely zero idea how to market them. They had the same problem with Joe Jackson. They really didn't know how to market these bands at all. And yeah, Squeeze got really caught in the crossfire because what a great band. They should have been huge here, man.
They should have been.
Their songwriting is
Same with XTC.
ridiculous. Yeah, XTC is another perfect example.
Now, English Settlement, though, the cover with the White House, the White Horse of Uffington on that green. Oh my God, what a striking! The Pride of Swindon.
Beautiful.
It's great. So I like that album cover, and I got to admit that for Squeeze Cool for Cats, even though it came in different colors,
it was a
kind of like
catchy
split
track,
ends with theirs, they had a whole bunch of variants, color variants on that
cool.
album there.
But yeah, I'm a huge XTC fan, so that's just right.
Yeah,
right.
I got everything. The only thing I'm missing is the Psionic Sunspot, which is from the Dukes of Stratosphere,
Really
but I got
good.
25 o'clock, but I'm just missing the Psionic Sunspot.
I'm gonna grab my bears.
Your what?
Yeah, hey, look, a man's
We
got
do
to
that in
do what a
private.
man's
I'm glad he's
gotta
doing
do.
that
If
off
he's
camera.
going to grab his bears.
Yeah, he's doing it off camera at least.
Yeah.
I hear him moaning, I think.
He's grabbing his bears.
Yeah.
Zip up.
I still remember that Squeeze. Was it the greatest hits?
Yeah, 45 singles.
That was the
45s and
weirdest
under.
cover. That drawing with the person looks
Yeah.
like they're reaching for a drink, but it's kind of almost in 3D. That is the weirdest cover.
The Bears. That's the
That's
Bears.
crazy. That's Adrian Belews' band, eh?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's neat.
And
I like the album cover art because it reminds me of the old Mad magazine, that style.
their second album.
Wow.
Nice.
But I love this album cover on the first one. Yeah,
That's
that
cool.
cover.
Yeah, look at it.
Yeah, that's like Mad magazine. I love that style of
That's
character.
funny.
And both of these albums are amazing. They're both super.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I love the Bears. I love them more than anything Adrian Belew ever did solo.
I've never
I
heard
almost
of
love
I'd
them
never
as
heard of
much
him.
as King Crimson. It's just it's great pop. I mean, elevated pop songwriting to the nth degree. Just cool. Really cool records.
Well, there you go.
Here's a band nobody talks about much. We're talking about pop, maybe power pop, I guess. Big Star.
Yeah.
Who's Big Star fans?
Yeah.
Man, those
But
two albums are
with Big Star,
fantastic.
they never really hit the way they could have because they kind of broke up and they all went sideways before they had the Alex Chilton famously probably being the most known member of the band.
Those two albums, Radio City and the other one, are just great.
Oh yeah. And Chris Bell had a solo album after Big Star broke up. That's really, really good too. But yeah, those Big Star records are amazing. I mean, so many bands owe their entire career to Big Star. Hello, Cheap Trick, looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Cheap Trick.
I love Cheap Trick. Don't get me wrong. I used to bowl in the bowling alley in Waukesha, Wisconsin, where these guys had their very first gig. And I'd see their names up on the wall all the time. Cheap Trick performing on Friday. But I'm like, I'm 13 years old, so I never got to see them. Wow. And then years later, I see their first album. So in my little kid brain, I'm thinking, all you need to do is play in a bowling alley.
There you go.
I need to put records out.
You're either going to make it in the music business or you're going to end up on Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
DC Tune Times called it. It is Mad Magazine's Mort Walker who did the album art for that. Thank you, DC Tune Time.
Nice. Well done. You spotted it right away, though. You knew right away.
Larry, how's that Cheap Trick box set? Is it good?
I haven't listened to too much more of it yet because of Glenn and me exchanging CDs. But yeah I know it's going to be good.
Yeah,
their later albums. But I love their debut and the early albums.
Yeah.
I like the for box sets. I prefer rather than one album on steroids. I love getting I picked up. Glenn was showing it on his Instagram, but it's the Blue Oyster Cult. I bought that.
That's awesome.
It was like $95 Canadian, but it gave me 17 discs, 16 albums.
Yeah.
I'm an instant Blue Oyster Cult expert. more than Cowbell, more than Don't Fear the Reaper. It's all on there. And of course, I know Robert's on my turntable. Robert has a lot of Blue Oyster Cult.
I do.
I have everything
in that band. They're right in his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Fantastic band. Really.
You're one of the
really
most
good.
underrated bands. And
Yeah. I'm Burning for You. I just love that song. The hook. Those guys could put a hook into a song. It was just the best.
And the thing about all those albums in that box set, I haven't heard a song I don't like.
No, that's the thing. You can play them you just spin them, you drop them in, you play them, and they go, and they're so good.
Does it have The Symbol Remains on it? Like the newest one?
No, it's not on there. No.
That's a fantastic album.
That is a really good album.
Yeah.
Well, I remember, speaking of new albums, I remember Robert championing Pink Floyd, the spaceship, the guy in the spacesuit. That thing, the Deep Purple.
With
the spacesuit thing. It came out last year.
Whoosh. That's an amazing album.
I remember you sharing that.
Whoosh was blows you away.
It's nice when you get an older act that come out late in the game and they're still putting out top tier entertainment.
You have to wonder though.
It's good when they're still relevant.
You have to wonder though. Let's call the album Whoosh.
Yeah, I don't know where they come to.
I don't know about that one.
Speaking of old bands with new album, this is amazing album. Yeah, and it's just Chris showed me this one, and then I've just gotten into the band. But yeah, there's so many great older bands that are putting out fantastic new stuff.
Well, you mentioned that Cheap Trick box set. They put a great album out last year.
Yeah,
I really like that record. There's been a lot of these dinosaur bands doing great. I mean, in my wheelhouse, the new Yes album that came out last year, I thought was really, really strong. So,
hey Scott,
it was just pricey though.
Guy, this Project Gemini, go get book 2 in the year. You'll love that album. I guarantee you, my prog loving friend, will really love that album. He's a super nice guy, Mark Bernicki. He's in Toronto as well, or I'll call it Greater Toronto area. And but he's a very gifted multi-instrumentalist. And he has Billy Sherwood, who plays with bass player. Chris Squire sent him up for it. And he's on there. And it's just really good. And so I like encouraging Mark. He's a nice guy. And we're checking out Project Gemini, spelled all funky.
There we go. I like
Who's
this
guy?
Who's
this
guy?
That's much better.
Yeah, very nice.
So I think it's time to wrap it up because I'm hungry. But before we go, Glenn, you go first. You get the solo layout to tell.
Bye.
No, you.
Talk about my channel first. I had to leave first. I don't like it when I'm big, Larry. I'm way too freaking ugly.
No, you're not at all, Glenn. Come on.
Glenn Kellaway from the basement. It says right there. Come on over and hang out and just talk about music. I uploaded a new video today talking about the new Red Hot Chili Peppers album and doing a contest entry for the great JT's Record Room. And I'll leave it at that. Thanks so much, Larry. Love all you guys. It's been so much fun.
Cool.
JT's a good guy. He's a good channel. I've interviewed JT on the program as well.
And everybody's link is in the description, so make sure you subscribe to everybody except Robert's on my turntable.
Robert's on my turntable. Like Glenn, thank you, Larry, for it's such a great bunch of people. It's so much fun. Come on over. I just showed some great album finds on my channel. I do a Great Bands You Need to Listen To series. I got to start that back up again because I really enjoyed that one. And come on over, like, subscribe, and have a lot of fun. Yeah.
Who else here? Jamie, I didn't know you were still here on the live stream.
Hi, everybody. Again, thanks, Larry, so much for having us. As you can see, the name of my channel is just my name. I'm not creative like everyone else on the panel. They come up with these great creative names for their channels. But I do a lot of box sets on my channels, both vinyl and CD. I do new and used records, constantly picking up new stuff, lots of CDs. Just had a recent VC meetup with Jeff from Speaker's Corner. That's on my channel. And box set coming out tomorrow. And that box set has been discussed just in this program. So,
Aha.
flight out tomorrow.
Wow.
Jamie, sorry. Okay.
Go ahead, Glenn.
Scott, go ahead.
No, Glenn, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask Jamie if he's interested in the box set that's coming out this coming Friday on April 15th, the Rush 40th Anniversary Moving Pictures.
Just wondering where my wife is.
Because I'm kind of interested now, and that's my favorite Rush album. Yeah, you're getting it? Okay, yeah. I think I'm going to pick that one up.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jamie's going all incognito. He's looking it up right now. See how much that thing costs. Oh, it's ridiculous. The box sets are just insane. But anyway, I'm Scott from the Prog Corner. We talk about prog rock. That's what we do. We sit around and we rank albums. We talk about old stuff. We talk about new stuff. Because I'm an equal opportunity prog guy. I don't have a favorite genre. I just love it all. So people just come around to figure out what's going on. And it's amazing how many people wander into the channels like, what's prog? They don't have any idea what they're even going to watch. So it's been a lot of fun. We've been doing this for like 4 months now. And I think I need 51 more freaks to hit that subscribe button to hit 1,000, and that'd be awesome. And then I can, fly off to Tahiti and retire. Because that big money just starts rolling.
Yeah,
just rolling.
That's when the money starts coming in.
That's right. So, we're working hard and doing what we do and fighting the good fight.
Yeah, it's cool. And Rachel.
Please, yay.
Hey, rock and rollers. Yeah, the 1010 Fender Deluxe Reverb. We got a Telecaster. We got that signed Chris Squire, the remnant Chris Squire's autograph. Wow. Alan White from Yes signed it. And then a little thing. And I got another one over there and a couple more. So I have a show on daily. And I come in and I talk for a couple hours with different guests like what we're doing here. But the conversation's a lot more silly and stupid. And people get angry. And because I'll say, hey, Trump's not bad. And everybody go, what? You're a moron. We hate you. And I go, no, don't leave. But we talk about music and stuff. And then in addition to that, I do what I call my old-timey videos, which I have the camera, I set it up, and then I'll hold the thing up and go, hey, I've got this. This is a great little CD package. You might want to consider buying it. And so I review music. I'm a Beatles fan at my core. I've seen concerts. I love Led Zeppelin. My second favorite band of all time is Yes. I've seen them 4 times in concert. And I love the people. I love interacting with the vinyl, what's called the vinyl community, people that love music, collect records and CDs. I'm not a format snob. And I am having Larry Graves, a Canadian Studmuffin himself, potentially, tentatively scheduled at 4 Eastern, 4 Eastern on this coming Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. So enjoy the rest of the weekend. And if you could join us there, bring your questions and we'll do our best to field them. I have some questions for Larry. It's just basically Larry's story music. I've been watching Larry a long time. I'm very grateful to Larry for having me on today. So I want to thank you, Larry. And I'm a fan. Glenn Calloway and Robert's on my turntable. Those 2 guys have been buddies for a long time in this vinyl community thing. And they've both been very good to me. And I'm really happy to know them. Scott's a new friend that I got through Glenn. And who am I missing? Jamie Cottle, the Bucks King. The Bucks, him and Chris, the Blue Sky Vinyl, our friend out there in Calgary, Alberta, originally from Montreal. But Jamie and Chris are good friends. They're good there. Chris Brophy. So I just love the people, and that's really what it is. But the best band ever is the Beatles. I'm on record, pardon the pun, and my favorite Beatle is John Lennon. And I love this stuff. And I do play the guitars. They aren't just for show. I do pluck around with them.
You've been great, Rachel. You've been a real supporter, that's for sure. And I wouldn't be in this if it wasn't for Larry. I watched him way before I get into this thing. So
yeah, Larry was probably the first channel I saw, and I found him through looking for Beatles.
And I said, if this guy can do it, I can do it too. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
If I can turn on a video camera, you can too.
I can too. That's right.
Yeah, I saw Larry too. That was my first one. My nephew Jack coming over to visit.
Yeah,
me.
Sydney, British Columbia. I'm from Sydney, BC. I'm from Victoria proper. I mean, that's kind of my hometown, Victoria.
Yeah. Watching Larry rank Beatles records or something. I'm going, who's this loser on here talking about records? And then all of a sudden, I get
eating
hooked.
spam, Glenn.
Like, that was my
spam.
first thought. I was going, what's this guy doing? And then I'm getting intrigued, and then pretty soon I'm hooked on it, and I'm watching him all week long, and I'm going, oh, geez.
Yeah, but it was, but the music that Larry chose too. Lou Reed, he championed Lou Reed. He championed Sparks. Those are two big bands. And the Beatles were first. So first and foremost for Larry, it was the Beatles. That's what got me in there. And it was a lot of Beatles content back in the early days. But he was never really a Beatles channel. You couldn't really describe him as that.
I do it all.
You do it all.
Why?
So hopefully on Tuesday on my channel, you'll learn a little bit more about Larry's story. I think it's a good one. It's an interesting one. There's some pathos there, which is a good thing. There's some weight. There's some life lessons there.
It's going to be so depressing.
No, it's not going to be depressing. I think people really, really enjoy it. Kelowna, of course, family in Kelowna. A Pleasant Valley picker. Kelowna.
Larry, will you eat spam on Rachel's channel?
I would.
Do you know what my dear wife Sue? She said, "Can you get Larry to drink a glass of red wine on this? Can you and Larry have a glass of red wine together?" So I can't promise. I
can't because I'm taking these patches for my pain. So
okay,
I can't have my wine.
No, they'll clash. I'll drink the red wine. Maybe.
No,
I'll
Larry, if you eat the patches, you can wash it down with the wine.
One thing I've learned is don't smoke these.
Put them in, duck them in your tomato soup.
Did they roll? Did they roll well?
Yeah. So, thanks everybody, and we'll do this again next weekend.
Awesome.
Everybody wave.
Wow.
Everybody.
Okay. And thanks for everybody asking.
Thank you, Larry.
Story of a man named Larry.
We'll see you, Glenn, on Monday. We'll see you, Rachel, on Tuesday.
Thank you, Larry. Bless your heart.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
I'm
everyone.
out.
Bye.
See ya.